is this 5 Kinnan lists? Yep. I'm counting 5 Kinnan lists. So Kinnan is well represented in the top 8. No surprises there. But aside from Kinnan, we also have Jeskai Narset of the Ancient Ways, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and the First Sliver. So I gotta say, it's not the diverse field that I was necessarily hoping for, but at the same time, Kinnan is able to produce some pretty explosive games. So I think we're gonna be in for an interesting showing in this top 8.
Well, we obviously have to go into the undefeated matchup.
Absolutely.
Right? So
I think that's fair.
Let's hit up table 1.
Table 1, let's go. All right. So
we're waiting on the games. It's fine.
The games are going to take a second. So sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. But this is going to be Kinnan, Bonder Prodigy versus Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, which I got to say, so it's going to be Ramp versus Control is the name of the game. That's what we're looking at here.
All right. Your list made it up, so that's fine.
That's exciting, man. I got to say, it's interesting to see, the First Sliver is one that I wasn't expecting to actually, I was hoping to see it in the top 8, but at the end of the day, when you have cards like Kinnan, when you have Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, when you have Uro running around, who notably did not make the top 8, which, I'm genuinely surprised by, because Uro is one of those lists that we've seen really dominate and really show some power in these tournaments in the past. But at the end of the day, are we surprised to see Kinnan really dominating this top 8?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to historic brawl, that's Kinnan is a house for sure. And ladies and gentlemen, actually, the matchups have will possibly be changing here in a little bit. So please, we will update that. All right,
we're gonna go to table 3.
All right, table 3 it is. Let's go. All right. All right.
And it looks like on board. We got
Kinnan
2 mana
versus Kinnan. All right. And it's no surprise to see Kinnan as well as 2 mana dorks on the field on turn 2. That's something that we've seen a ton with these decks. And that's one of the things that makes Kinnan so powerful, is how fast it's able to just come out of the gate swinging. Yeah. And sure enough,
man, these mana dorks are just crazy.
Yep. The Kinnan Gambit this time not quite as meaningful because there's no trade offered. All right. All right. All right.
We're just having some little
So we had a couple of technical difficulties, but
but that's fine.
We are in this. We're making it happen. It's all good. All right.
It's all gravy, baby.
It's all gravy, baby. All right. And so here we have a Kinnan with 1, 2, 3, 4 mana dorks untapping and playing out a Nyxbloom Ancient and a Meteor. Yeah, that's a scoop. That's a big old scoop. Ouch.
Just mana dork, Nyxbloom.
Yeah, when you have the Nyxbloom Ancient, and notably, they didn't even have to tap the Taxidermist to play out the Meteor Golem. That's insane. So they still had access to 6 mana available on that 1 mana dork. That's nutso. So yeah, the Nyxbloom Ancient in the Kinnan deck, if you can get that online, that's all she wrote in most situations, because Kinnan is just such a house. Yeah. Because not only does Kinnan ramps you and is a payoff for ramping you. What more could you ask for 2 mana?
Yeah, right? You just have, Kinnan just ends up being a card that you have to deal with every time it's down.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. If it's on the field, you just have to deal with it. Yeah, and this is something that, and it's a 2/2 for 2. On top of everything else, it actually has a decent stat line for its mana cost too. It couldn't be a 1/1 with all that benefit. Oh no. It's really important that it dodges Spikefield Hazard on top of everything else. Spikefield Hazard and Cinderclasm. Yeah. All right. So we are going to game 2. So that first time we saw one Kinnan run away with this thing. Let's see. Can Dylan so the Arcane Signet, Reclusive Taxiderms, and Tishana, Voice of Thunder in the
I
opening
mean,
hand.
not bad. You got two rampers. You got all the lands you need.
Yeah. If anything, you might have more land than you really want to see at this point in the game.
But land in hand is not land on the deck.
That's true. Yeah, I'd better be looking. I would rather be looking at it than looking for it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So Hinterland Harbor could enter the battlefield tapped, or you can play out a basic land for, no 1-drops anyway. All right.
What do you do here? Do you go Signet or do you go Taxidermist?
I'd probably go Taxidermist or Pixie here, is my thought. Because of the Summoning Sickness, whereas Arcane Signet next turn, you'd be able to throw out... You can throw Kinnan and then throw the Signet and the... Well, no, you wouldn't be able to throw the Pixie. I probably would have gone Pixie last turn, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Although that Test of Talents actually produces some interesting options.
Okay, so we got 2 mana here. Play a land.
Yeah,
2
you can
mana here,
Signet.
and then we go into Pixie. Signet into Pixie.
I think so. That's probably what I would do. Ooh, never mind.
Bell Pierce.
Bell Pierce
Wow.
coming in hot. That is exactly what they needed there. Yeah, and that actually, it doesn't look like much. I mean, countering an Arcane Signet doesn't feel like, to the point that we were saying earlier, it doesn't feel like a huge accomplishment at that point. However, it really throws off the tempo of this deck in a big way. Yeah, so I think that was a huge Spell Pierce. Now here's the question: does Dylan do the Kinnan Gambit? He chooses not to. I respect that. I don't know that I would have either.
I don't think you counter this because obviously you're not going to... Test of Talents is a weird counter to have in your deck. Because it's only a 1-for-1, right?
True. It is only a 1-for-1, but it is a second copy of Negate. And it also shows you your opponent's hand, which is relevant. So I can appreciate that. It doesn't give you the full value that it does in 4-of formats like Standard or Historic, but at the end of the day, I can definitely appreciate the value of having Test of Talents in here as a... Well, it's actually... I'm sorry. It is worse than Negate, to be fair, because you can't touch enchantments or artifacts with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate that. It's definitely an interesting one. All right, spin the wheel of Kinnan.
Oh,
into
man.
A Carnage Tyrant.
Carnage Tyrant is pretty good hit.
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So a land is Ulamog.
Oof.
Spin the wheel.
Yep, see what we get. Kogla, that's not bad.
Kogla's pretty good.
Yep, and the Test of Talents is up in case there's something. Oh, but here they have their opportunity to spin their own Kinnan. Let's see what they get. Ornithopter of Paradise. Ouch.
What?
That hurts.
That's a whiff of whiffs.
That is, yeah, the ultimate in whiff technology. Yeah, if Kinnan, if the other Kinnan player had thrown like a Heroic Intervention or something of that nature, Test of Talents would have been huge there for sure.
But it doesn't really matter here. Like Kinnan has 4 mana. You're gonna untap, play Kinnan, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You still have Kinnan to activate. You can cast Kinnan and activate Kinnan right now. Mind you, you do have the counterspell here, but you can pay for it.
Right, but paying for it cuts off the
Taxes
activation.
mana. Yeah.
Yep. Because notably, right now, all these mana dorks only tap for 1. Ooh, but the negate.
Ooh, negate.
Okay.
And then we're up. We have 4 mana up.
All right. And here come the Llanowar Elves. All right, so they're rebuilding here. Hall of Storm Giants. Yep. Good card. Good card. The Ulamog is just sitting there.
Yeah, it's not finding the land for the Ulamog.
So tempting, but it's not quite online yet. Another Kinnan activation. What do we spin into here? Ooh.
Oh, and we whiff too.
Yep. Your choice of mana dorks. All the mana dorks at their disposal. Yeah, choosing
And
the
you
Druid,
too can get your choice of mana dorks if you play at the Pizzabox Brawl.
Exactly. Going for the Ornithopter of Paradise because it is mana as well as a blocker. I can appreciate that. And the Carnage Tyrant notably does have Trample as well as Hexproof. Man, that card is tough to deal with.
It's so hard to deal with. All right, untapping 2. Go ahead, play your Paradox Druid. You know, you got nothing to test.
Well, there's nothing to test yet. I don't think Paradise Druid is necessarily worth tapping out for, because not only does the mana up give you an opportunity to hit Test of Talents on something potentially, but it also allows you to activate Kogla to save Kinnan should there be some kind of targeted removal.
That's fair. That's true.
So, like, if they were to spin into their own Kogla, for example, they, trying to target Kinnan. Now that said, so the Cavalier of Gales is live and online. Fine card, actually. That's one that you don't see.
I'm just greedy. I want all the mana all the time. Oh,
Craterhoof Behemoth. That's game. Yeah, there's no way. I mean, at 9 life with only 2 blockers, Craterhoof Behemoth hitting the field. I mean,
LGGs.
The real question is, does it resolve or does the other player scoop? Yeah, no, that's
LGGs.
Yeah, I mean, a counterspell was their only hope there, and it looked like they didn't have it. So yeah. All right. So we've had 2 games where Kinnan has snowballed out of control on 2 different sides of the board. Surprising no one, of course, because Kinnan is capable of, popping off running out of control.
Kinnan can have 9 mana on turn 3.
Yeah. In a number of different ways. The crazy part about that is that isn't just some ideal, draw the nuts kind of scenario. It's not like
nut draw. That's just a normal thing.
That's a common occurrence. Yeah, that's nuts in my opinion. But at the end, that's why people play the card, right? That's why it's such a popular commander, is because it is capable of producing so much mana so fast. And when you can produce that kind of mana, obviously you can hit payoffs that are normally out of reach that early in the game that just aren't. It's incredible. Craterhoof Behemoth in the opening hand. Ouch.
Oh, and look at this. And we have a mulligan already. You love to see when you see a free mulligan. Oh, your slivers are out.
Oh, they are? They've been
The Legend of Chiang has 2 of them.
Okay. Well, no surprise that Chiang was able to.
I don't feel as bad now.
I was hopeful though. They made it to the top 8. That was quite the impressive showing. So nothing wrong with that.
All right. You have the. Oh, I don't think you had the mulligan there.
No, I don't think so either. I think that was a fine keep, but at the same time, they thought otherwise. Dylan thought otherwise.
I mean, this is. I want to say this isn't a fast hand. It's definitely a reactive hand, because you have miscast and you have Mystic Subdual and you have in Bolus's Clutches. But you're definitely not going to be the faster player here, and you're on the draw.
Well, and I think the fact that I think being on the draw is the key there, because that last hand was definitely the more proactive position that you wanted to be in. However, being in a proactive position from the draw is a lot harder than being in that proactive position from the play. So I can see that they wanted to be in a more reactionary position. At this point, do you not Mystic Subdual Kinnan?
110%. I'm subduing Kinnan right now.
Like, as much as I want to ramp here, cutting Kinnan off is huge. Now because
you have 1, 2, 3, 4. They're untapping with 4 mana. There's 5 mana. So now they have 5 mana, and they have potentially a counter magic for you.
Yeah, that's. Miscast is valuable here.
Yeah,
potentially, but there is only 1 blue.
Miscast is too late. Yeah, you had to subdual last turn, because now you can't subdual and have counter magic back up.
Right. All right, Chiang doing the smack talk. Even
it's like, I've already won my game. What are you doing? What are you waiting for?
What's up, man? What you doing? Yeah.
I'm already done my game. Are you still playing? Come on.
Yeah,
Baiting
so
out the counter? Baiting out a counter? Is that what's going on here?
I think so. I think that's exactly what's happening. You know, Dylan was looking at the Mystics of Duel on Kinnan earlier in this turn. Ooh, memory
All
lapse
right,
on the
there
Mind
you
Stone.
go.
There it is. All right,
That's
now's your
perfect.
shot.
Great play. Great
Yeah,
play. Great
absolutely.
to put out Mind Stone first.
Yep, 100%. That was a 5-hit play. Ooh.
Swan
Oh.
song. Had two
Ouch.
counters in hand, and that's what I said. You had to subdual that turn.
Yeah. No, there was a very short window where that subdual was going to hit, and it came and went, unfortunately. Mind Stone. Who saw that coming? All right, here comes Kinnan. Although at this point, El Portuguese is probably out of counter spells. So that's something.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mana.
All right, going to tap the Leafkin Druid for the Mind Stone. Still have access to 4 mana. Yeah, and you lead the Swan back. That's fair. All right, and here comes Kinnan. Kinnan's activation with only 3 lands. That's insane. Again, the power in this card is just...
Yep. Only 3 lands, and yet I can activate it on your turn 4. And there's
into an Elder Gargaroth. That's a pretty good hit.
Yeah, that's card draw, and that's a wider body.
Yeah.
And it's trample, and vigilance, and reach. It's a lot of text on one card for 5 mana.
Yep. Yeah, remember when a 6/6 for 5 was considered like absolutely phenomenal? No, let's just add a whole bunch of extra text on there too. Oh, and it draws cards. Did we mention that? It slices, it dices. What else could it possibly do? Yeah, Elder Gargaroth is also a heck of a card. And to spin into it on your opponent's end step like that?
Yeah, I think Dyl loses here for not subduing on turn 2 when the opponent had no open mana.
Now, there is the Bolus's Clutches, assuming that they're able to get into another blue mana. They also have the Platinum Angel in hand. Vorinclex is a card, as a Sifter Worm. Man, nothing wrong with that. And the Scry 3 on Sifter Worm is very relevant here.
It's good, but I feel like when you have mana for Kinnan, like I feel like you should be doing this at the end of the opponent's turn, right?
That is the traditional way to look at it, yeah. Yeah,
like it's an ability you can do on the stack at instant speed, so I don't understand why you wouldn't do it at instant speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can appreciate that. Especially because, and whether or not you do it at the end of your opponent's turn, in this situation, because they have a 6/6 that they can be attacking with, knowing that you could spin into your own 6/6, or in this case, a 7/7, doing that before declaring blockers, might be the right time to do that. All right, Dylan is going to put away the Arcane Signet, and I believe it was a land, so that we have Coma now at the top deck. Nothing wrong with that. We have another Kinnan activation, this time spinning into Vorinclex. That's a lot of power. Fortunately, that 7/7 Sifter Worm is definitely going to be able to mitigate some of that. All right. Ooh, and here comes the other Vorinclex. Voice of Hunger.
I think this game's over.
It's certainly not looking good. No.
I threw.
Well, there's the Platinum Angel still.
What are you wheeling here for? Jink Attacks doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's not enough, unfortunately. But the Gilded Goose does even less in this case. Although the Gilded Goose is mana, so that's not nothing, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, now you're not untapping your mana here next turn. You only have 4 mana the next turn. No, 6 mana.
You get access to a whole mess of cards, so that's not nothing. But it's not much, I don't think. And actually, one of the things, so they have access to 6 mana, but one of the problems is none of it's blue. Except the island that they just drew. So they'll have access to that. Another Kinnan spin into an Ulamog. Ouch.
Yeah, I think this game's over.
Yeah, the real problem with Ginger Texas here is the body's just not big enough. Oh, but because of Vorinclex, they're going to be able to spin into yet another. Ooh, the Rex Sage going after the Mind Stone. That hurts.
And then, yeah. Why you don't...
Yeah, so I don't think it's not quite over yet. Ginger Texas does allow for more or less perfect card selection.
Oh, come on. It's over. It's over. More writing is on the wall. It's over. Even with Nezahal, the opponent has both Voron classes down, an Ulamog down, a Gargaroth. So even that they're discarding cards at the end of the turn, they're still drawing 1 per attack.
Well, and on top of that, you don't when you have Kinnan on the board and that much mana, you don't necessarily hard whiff on Kinnan. Not hitting anything. And then hitting a Druid to the Cowl. So those were not particularly good hits. However, between Ginger Texas and Ulamog, we might see a legitimate mill out situation, which would be something else. I think in this situation, you kind of just take the 10.
Here. Dyl's mana is not going to be going to untap next turn. Doesn't anytime you tap your mana, it doesn't untap, right?
It doesn't untap the following turn, but a turn cycle has already passed.
Oh, yeah. That's right. And they use their mana dorks to go. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay, so you can take control of. What do you take control of here? Do you take it? Oh, you have the mana. So do you take control of Vorinclex to double your mana?
Or do you throw your own Vorinclex? Do you tap your mana dorks to throw your Vorinclex?
Well, you're forcing them to remove like their own Vorinclex, and you
have yeah,
mana, right?
Right. No, I can appreciate that. Now, do you have the mana to steal Vorinclex and then slam the Enraged Forerunners and swing? Or no, I don't think.
I think Dyl's play right now is Platinum Angel just to make sure they don't lose.
Sure, just to hang on. Yeah.
Then you're gonna take Ulamog.
I mean, that could go a long way.
You got to take Ulamog because that can just kill you, like kill your cards.
Right. Yeah. And cast out your own Vorinclex. And a Platinum Angel. Okay. That was a turn.
Getting greedy with an attack. Okay. Okay, Dyl. I see you.
Well, at this point, the Sifter Worm is just a 7/7 trampler, so I can appreciate taking the shot. But that Elder Gargaroth is going to trigger now, which is definitely a problem.
Take a draw.
But the Sifter Worm's going to eat it, so that's nice. And your Taxes triggers. Ooh, I see that Nyx Bloom Ancient.
If anything's going to win Dyl a game, it's the Nyx Bloom Ancient.
Yep. Yeah, between the Nyx Bloom Ancient and the Enraged Forerunners and Coma, I mean, the card selection that they have pulled off. Ooh. And I saw some, there's a bit of sleepy Hedron action from the opponent. Lashing the good game.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow! It came down to the draw.
My goodness.
Wow!
Dill came out of, I mean, was able to turn that back around, and it was Gingy Taxis, the one that we thought wasn't going to be doing much, that ended up providing the card draw and the, providing the card advantage that really made the difference. A lot of Commander staples really lean into the multiplayer aspect of Commander, which obviously wouldn't play necessarily in Historic Brawl, but there are others that absolutely would. So I think that's a fair question. All right, so we are getting into this game, Kinnan on Kinnan action. So this is Dylan versus HempAmage.
Oh, you've already Dale's already won.
Leyline of Abundance with Kinnan. My goodness,
Dale's already won. There's no way, Dill. If you lose this game, with Abundance down, and you're gonna have it turn to Kinnan, come on.
Yeah. I'll turn 3 to Kinnan. Is what it's looking like. But yeah,
your Matador's topped for 3, not 2, right?
With Leyline of Abundance, I believe that's correct. Yep. Yeah, Leyline of Abundance. If whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional green. Yeah, that's pretty fantastic. So the pathway is going to come down as blue. Kinnan is live and online.
Look at this. You have 7 mana right now. Or is Lay Claim a cycling card?
I think Lay Claim has cycling on it. I think that's why that was lighting up. I know I had the same thought where I was like, wait a minute, you have access to Lay Claim already? No, it cycles for 2. That's why it was lighting up there. All right, so Kinnan's coming out. Now here's the question. There's that silence where we all wait for some kind of counter spell. Overcharged Amalgam.
Love this. Love
beautiful.
This. Love this. Love this.
Absolutely beautiful.
I love the Overcharged Amalgam. I think it's a great card. In a 60 card format, no. But in a Commander format, oh my goodness, it is a house.
Absolutely. No, Overcharged Amalgam is one of those cards that, I mean, it's a 4-mana counter anything.
Ooh,
it's really, ouch.
Kinnan's an elk boy.
Yep, Kenny's Transformation coming down. Fortunately, there's that Leyline of Abundance still. Yeah. I think throwing Kogla makes sense here.
No, I think I'm throwing out... if you have mana for it, I think I would have laid claim their Kinnan.
Oh, and then sacrifice your own to the Legend rule?
Sacrifice your own Kinnan to the Legend rule?
Okay. All right, that could have been an interesting line for sure.
So Kogla comes down, you fight this. But I definitely think, you sacrifice the Legend rule, you keep theirs, you have yours on backup, and then you can kind of loop there. Because now they just untap. They have 4 mana, so they have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're gonna untap and be able to Kinnan activate Kinnan when they go to the return.
Oh wow. Right. Especially since they're hitting their land.
But if you had to just took theirs, and I think that is where the fault lies to Kinnan. If you subdue it or find a way to render it useless, or you steal it, the other opponent almost has no answer for it, other than Mystic subduing their own.
Right.
But the host card to this build is definitely the Mammoth. If the Mammoth comes down, you just start killing creatures.
Oh yeah. No, the Thorn Mammoth is phenomenal. They're gonna activate Kinnan right away. Looks like Dylan is hovering over that concede button.
Lay claim. I'm lay claiming. Take the Kinnan. Take the Kinnan.
Oh, Kogla attacking does allow them to kill Kinnan's Transformation.
Yeah, but at what point? I would have attacked, gone for their ramp, and then take control of their Kinnan. They don't have the opponent doesn't have their Kinnan. Your Kinnan's protected by it being in the command zone.
Yeah.
Like, what are you ramping to here? Like, you're gonna Meteor Golem. You can activate. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you got some options.
I think it would have just taken their Kinnan. Taking their Kinnan, you cut them off their entire deck. What the deck wants to do.
Right. Whereas doing something like a Meteor Golem here.
And HempAmage already has an abundance of mana, so destroying their Kinnan is not going to do much.
Right, exactly. It's gonna it's a speed bump for him. That's it. They're gonna keep
even on
rolling.
lands alone. You get rid of Kinnan, they can cast Kinnan, and they still have 6 mana open.
Right.
Woo.
Yeah, Dylan thinking through the options. There are quite a few. So yeah, at this point do you throw? I mean, the lay claim is definitely a pretty sweet option. Or do you see if the mana just spin Kinnan and see what you hit? Because there are a lot of pretty sweet cards that you might run into.
But right now, like, I just feel like you're behind right now because the opponent has more mana than you. They have more creatures. Like, you're giving them access to their Kinnan.
Right.
Well, we'll see. It all depends on who hits what, right?
Absolutely. That's one of the things that makes these games fun to watch, is it does come down to who hits what. That's one of the things I like about these cards, where you end up where there's that element of chance, especially at instant speed, because in the middle of combat, somebody could pull something out of their deck that you don't see coming.
Well, that's what I said too. Like, for blocks, you can activate Kinnan and then get Craterhoof, and then your blocks become really good instead of you trying to attack and kill it.
Yeah, Kira hitting means that lay claim is now dead.
Yeah, now you can't lay claim.
Unless you throw, I mean, yeah, no, it's just not going to work. And Ulamog.
And there you go, GG's.
Ouch, yeah.
Get rid of the Kogla and get rid of the Leyline.
Yeah.
You're way ahead on mana. You do not have to worry about the opponent's Kinnan.
Right.
And Kira's down, so you don't have to, like, that's just crazy. Koma's nothing that's not bad, but you're still behind.
Yeah.
You get a 10/10 indestructible
that you can't steal.
Koma's good, but it laughs. Ulamog laughs in the face of Koma.
Koma is a way to get around Kira, though, because you can sacrifice to tap a creature. That ability gets countered, and then you hit it with lay claim. So that's not a bad line. Gives you access to an Ulamog, so that's pretty good. So this gets countered.
Lay claim.
Laying claim to Ulamog. Are you sure? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dylan is sure. Yeah, there's no question. Yeah, Koma actually is a great way to break the Kira lock. So that works out nicely. And now Ulamog's going the other way, which is pretty cool to look at, not going to lie. Yeah. No, this is, and Hullbreaker Horror is now live and online. Well, or is on the stack. Now it's live and online with Kira protection. Wow. That's something.
I'm gonna bounce my own Ulamog.
Yep, sounds like a good plan.
I think we can start saying it's GG's here.
Yeah, I think that Hullbreaker definitely changes things.
Kira, Hullbreaker, and you still have mana for Kinnan.
Yeah, I mean, Koma is a phenomenal card. Like, oftentimes when Koma hits the field, that's the game. However, in this situation, I'm not sure it's enough to say that's it. Now, the Meteor Golem has an opportunity to hit the Hullbreaker. I mean, that's not nothing. Are you sure? Again, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, get it done.
100%, no hesitation.
But Ulamog's coming down next turn and is going to exile 2 things.
Yeah, presumably Koma's going to be gone.
Well, Koma and
I mean, probably Kinnan, right? Or one of the green lands.
Coma and a Ramper.
Okay.
Probably Coma and Taxidermist because it can become a 4/4, right?
Yeah.
Dyl, see you in the finals.
Love it.
I guess Chen must have just won. Oh, Chen's not winning yet.
Yeah, Chiang is taking on Monkey YOLO Swag right now, and we have not seen the
Maybe
results
I'm
of that
throwing.
match just yet. All right.
This is game 2, correct?
I
If I'm
believe
not
so.
mistaken. All right, so Coma's gone. I don't think you need to get rid of Kennen anymore.
Yeah.
You're way ahead. I guess like at what point I'll just kind of scoop it
Dill's
up.
just gonna
all
scoop
right?
it up. Okay.
So we got game 3.
All right.
Like I'm wondering like what can Dyl top, I guess.
That game was something else, man. Like that the back and forth on that game was something else. Wow. All right. Just wow. All right. And the crazy thing is, I mean, the amount of just monster haymakers that are hitting the field. I mean, we have a situation where Meteor Golem is resolving. How often do you see that? You know, a 3/3 for 7 that destroys a permanent when it enters. It's just not something that you see very often.
Mm-hmm.
But there it is. You know, it's in Kinnan, anything is possible. What can I say?
In Kennen we trust.
Exactly.
All right,
All
looks
right.
like Tien did win 2-0'd.
Wow. Okay.
It comes down to this. Is it Dyl? Is Dyl going to go into the finals?
It's a good question.
Ooh, okay.
Jerome Mox Amber. That's pretty tasty. All right. Drove the Mighty, keeping Wild Shape back. Nothing wrong with that.
Kinnan comes down. You have 2 mana available. No Kinnan down. Okay.
All right. All right.
Checking for all right. I see you. No land.
All
But
right.
that's okay. We don't need land here. In the
Drove
Kinnan
the Mighty.
world, we only need 2 lands. Doesn't matter if they're not my colors.
Yeah, but we've seen 2 lands be enough. Mystical Dispute.
Swan Song.
I think Swan Song is the answer here, which does use up the food token, which is mildly problematic, but I think it's worth it to get Kinnan online. Dylan disagrees. Okay, fair enough.
I think you just need to get your ramp out.
Yeah.
Ramp as hard as you can.
And hold the counters for another day. All right, fair enough.
Oof. Oof.
All right.
Next turn. Memory lapse.
Memory lapse.
Swan Song.
Now it's time for the Swan Song. There it is. All right.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6 mana.
Okay. Kogla. Ouch.
Yeah.
That hurts.
That hurts a lot. That's a good game. That's a good game.
I mean, at this point, they can throw Toski here. They can create a food token with the goose and hopefully hit Kinnan next turn, but that's, I mean, that's too late, right? I mean, Toski is a blocker for Kogla. I want to believe that's something.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dyl. You almost got there.
Almost. It's missing that land drop, and then the Kogla was just, and that was rough for sure.
And I feel like in early Kogla is just GG's.
It can be for sure. No, we've seen Kogla do some phenomenal work in these Kinnan matchups, and this is no exception. Yeah, being able to hit Kinnan, which because Kinnan had been countered earlier, now means that the man is at 6. I mean,
Oh, wait a minute. I think he might have messed up. Did Dyl have mana for Wild Shape to protect Kinnan when Kogla come down? Because you could have made Kinnan a hexproof.
Oh,
turtle,
the
right?
Voracious Great Shark can be counter Kinnan. That's a good question. I don't remember if he had mana available or not.
That's a good game.
Yeah. I don't believe he did, but I could be mistaken. All right.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Woof.
Ouch. Ooh, yep, this is tough to watch. And Dyl even letting Kinnan go to the graveyard because what's it going to do? All right, Thorn Mammoth.
Now, do you choose to hit Kogla? Do you go ahead and go for Kinnan? Or do you go for the Great Shark? Or do you get countered?
Do you get countered and scoop? That's secret option C there. Ouch. Yeah. And again, also, of course, huge thank you to the mod team, the staff behind the scenes that are making this all possible, and Hollywood Pizza for hosting this event. All right. And with that, we are going into the finals. It is Legend of Chiang versus HempAmage, both on Kinnan. Let's do this thing. I see a Mox Amber, a Memory Lapse, and a Thorn Mammoth in the opening hand. And a couple Mana Dorks. I'm pretty happy with this.
Only one may stand. Okay, you're going to watch on HempAmage's side. I'm going to watch on Chiang's side.
Okay, sounds good. And the smack talk begins.
Oh, I've already looked at it. The smack begins.
Honk, honk.
But
all right.
Only one may stand.
Only one may stand. All right. Love it. Okay, Incubation Druid is going to be coming online. So Incubation Druid, Gilded Goose. So Kinnan, the Gilded Goose has been spent. The food token's gone. However, they're going to be able to reload that later. HempAmage is going to be throwing out Kinnan here and get access to a fair amount of mana to throw some more goodies or keep the Heroic Intervention back. Okay, or both.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5. 4 mana next turn.
All right, Mox Amber's going to attack for the Leafkin Druid. Pretty decent.
Oh, right. The Gambit.
Chiang with the Kinnan Gambit. This time the Cerulean Caretaker is coming in. Now, interestingly enough, well, at this point, HempAmage does have a Heroic Intervention in hand, so they could have blocked Kinnan and kept their Kinnan around.
Oh, that would have been mean.
That would have been mean. Absolutely.
That would have been like, gotcha.
that would have been quite the gotcha. Absolutely. All right, so the Ornithopter of Paradise is going to be hitting the stack. Let's see if it hits the field. Yes, it does.
Only 2 lands, but has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oof.
And
needed a mana there.
Gonna create the food token, reload the goose. On the end step, activating Kinnan. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see what they spin into.
Spin the wheel.
Ouch! Hard whiff. Complete whiff. Not even a mana dork.
You love a good whiff. Smells like Teen Spirit.
or something like that. The tempo swing, indeed, Chiang. Indeed.
Yeah, the tempo swing.
Now that said, HempAmage isn't out of this thing just yet.
Oh.
Here comes the Thorn Mammoth
Counterspell.
into a counterspell. Ouch. Or is it?
Or isn't it?
That's a fair question.
Miscast.
Counterspell, memory lapse. Is a miscast coming out?
I don't know. Is it?
That's a fair question.
I'm
not
sure.
sure.
Deep in the tank. We're deep in the tank. Do
I
we
love
have?
I love these stack battles. I got to be honest. This is so much fun. All right, the memory lapse resolves, which means unless there's another counterspell, Thorn Mammoth is going to be resolving.
Thorn comes down. Choose your target, sirs.
No hesitation. Immediately choosing Kinnan. Who's going to spin?
Get a mammoth. Oh,
Get a Mammoth or a Kogla into a Sanctum Weaver.
Mammoth on the stack would have been sweet.
Because then the Mammoth could have fought the Mammoth and Kinnan would have survived. That would have been interesting for sure. HempAmage had an opportunity to swing with Kinnan there because the Sanctum Weaver was the only blocker, but at the same time, the Kinnan beatdown isn't really the plan that you're going for.
Yeah, you can't play Kinnan while there's a Mammoth on board.
Right. Gonna reload the food. Thorn Mammoth's coming in. All right. Thorn Mammoth's gonna deal 6 directly to the face. All right, and with that, HempAmage has the beatdown plan. They have the aggression, and to top it all off, they have the ability to activate Kinnan at the end step. So that's pretty scary if you're Chiang in this situation.
So
Here comes their own Kinnan.
Here. This is a rough turn.
Yep. So in this could dispute, you have an opportunity to pay for it if you really want to. However,
pay for it. Pay for it.
Oh, you have to.
They're paying for this.
Sure, absolutely.
It's the Kinnan activation that might be bad.
That's the concern, exactly.
But we got lots of mana here. We got lots of mana.
Yeah, so Kinnan's going to resolve. However, HempAmage now has the ability to activate Kinnan, potentially put a creature onto the battlefield, which is going to trigger Thorn Mammoth. Yeah, just absolutely slams that activation. See what happens.
Big whiff, maybe?
Ooh, this is not a whiff at all.
Oh, that is not a whiff indeed.
Yep. Chiang scoops it up. I cannot blame them. That is... Wow. All right. Yeah, Hullbreaker Horror is a heck of a hit there. With a Thorn Mammoth online, my goodness. Yeah, that Kinnan was not likely to hit the battlefield and stay anytime soon.
All right, that was just game 1.
That was game one. How cool is this, ladies and gentlemen? I got to say, while I am a big fan of deck diversity and I do want to see different types of decks in the field, at least we're seeing some top flight gameplay here. I got to say.
I love seeing a deck doing what a deck's supposed to do.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, if we're going to see 2 ramp decks ramp out and throw haymakers, I'm grabbing my popcorn. Let's do this. And that's exactly what we're doing here.
And talking about a deck doing what it's supposed to do, let's thank our sponsor, the comic book store. Go to the website, the comic book store, tcgplayerpro.com. Get all your cards. Support them. They support us. Let's also support the whole staff that's back there doing their thing and making our job a lot easier. Let's thank Hollywood Pizza for putting on this tournament. There's 3 of them a month. They're free. Get in here. What do you got to lose?
Absolutely. No, check out MTG Melee for more information. You can also follow Hollywood Pizza as well as the PizzaBox on Twitter for more information. And with that, we're getting into game 2, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Wash away in hand.
Oh wow.
Wash away in hand for Kinnan. Wash away in hand for Kinnan.
That's a pretty big deal. That could go a long way.
So we got Goose on 1, Wash away on 2. You don't got the nuts, but you're doing pretty good.
But you're not mad at that. Absolutely. Wow, and HempAmage scrying away a very interesting card there. They scryed away the Tarask, which I didn't even realize was in the list, but that's an interesting call. It does have, I mean, it is effectively a large creature with removal, which is exactly what you need in this deck. So I appreciate that. Mystics Subdual the Kinnan while they're tapped out. Let's go.
Let's go.
That is exactly what you needed to do to get rid of that menace.
Oh,
And Kinnan,
dominance.
yeah, asserting dominance. All right. Overgrown Battlement is going to be hitting the field. Gilded Goose making a food. Breeding Pool entering tapped. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so HempAmage now with all the time in the world, now that Kinnan is offline on Chiang's side of the field. Meaning that they can just set up all their mana dorks. Don't even need to run out Kinnan yet. They can just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Playing some b-ball up inside of school, win a couple of guys. They're up no good.
Started making trouble in my neighborhood. Absolutely love it. All right. All right.
Ramping out.
Ramping out.
We're access to 2 mana. So a negate and or a wash away.
Okay, here comes Kinnan.
Wash away.
Welcome to the party. Yep, there's the wash away. Sure enough.
Do you have a counter?
In fact, they do. It's a question of which one do they throw here. And they opt for the Decisive Denial, which I think is fair. The other option was a Frilled Mystic, which are both of which would have done just fine. However, using the Decisive Denial, now that Kinnan is online, the Incubation Druid and the Overgrown Battlement means that Frilled Mystic is now live and online as an available counterspell for whatever Chiang decides to play next. So that's pretty fantastic. My goodness. HempAmage's hand is looking pretty spicy here. And they now have the option
I think LegendOfChiang might just drop here.
Yeah, the Mystic Subdual on Kinnan was a pretty big deal. All right. Ooh, Ginger Taxus. That's a card.
That's a card for Frilled Mystic.
That is a card to be countered by the Frilled Mystic. That is true. I think that is a fine choice. Yeah, getting Ginger Taxus off the field before it has an opportunity to hit the field, I think is very important.
You're not dying. You're not under pressure. You're kind of taxing their mana, but now they untap, and they're going to start doing their Kinnan things.
Indeed. So they also, I mean, they're sitting on some real powerhouses in hand too. It looks like HempAmage is considering throwing Crater Hoof Behemoth here. If I was in their position, I would probably wait, activate Kinnan at least once first, to have a couple more creatures online to ensure that that shot is a kill shot. Because I mean, with that, I mean, they only be able to block 4 damage. So actually now might be a good time for that.
The thing is, too, is that they don't want to kill Kinnan.
Exactly. That's the thing.
They don't want to kill Kinnan. Kinnan being subdued right now, or subdual.
All right, here comes the Crater Hoof. Here comes the shot. Yeah, so Kinnan is definitely going to step in front of 2 of this.
4 damage. Okay, wait. So, no, that's lethal.
Yeah. I appreciate how Chiang is not wasting time, just putting the blockers in front and calling it.
GG!
Wow, all right.
GG! And there's our winner.
There's our winner, ladies and gentlemen.
Our winner. 2-0'd. The previous champ.
Wow. Congratulations, HempAmage, and congratulations to all of our top 8 finalists. I got to say, this has been a heck of a tournament.
Yeah, it has been. There's been some big swings, big turnarounds, big comebacks.
Oh, big comebacks. There were a couple of times when we were pretty sure one player was out, and they're like, no, just watch this, which you love to see.
Hold my beer. Hold my beer.
Exactly. No, hold my beer. Check this out. So thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you to all of our competitors. Thank you to the mod team. Thank you for the staff that makes these tournaments happen, that handle all the tickets and help work all the logistics on the back end. Thank you to Hollywood Pizza for putting this on. Thank you to the comic book store, comicbookstore.tcgplayerpro.com. Please don't hesitate to check them out for all your magical needs. And Hearsay, thank you, my friend, for being here and for having a fun time with me this Sunday afternoon. This has been absolutely delightful.
Yeah, no, thank you. And I appreciate you. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Thanks for Pizza putting on the tournament, as always.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you had fun. Guys in chat, I hope you all had fun.
Absolutely. Now, and Hearsay, where can people find you on the internet, good sir?
You can find me, Monday to Thursday, anywhere between 10 in the morning and 10 at night.
And I couldn't find a place.
And what about yourself?
Wise man
you can find me
say,
on
forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
where I stream in the morning, starting at 6, between 6 and 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we build all kind of fun janky brews and do all kinds of weird stuff. So yeah, thank you so much.
Oh no, Arne! Thanks for the huge raid. Well, our tournament just ended.
Yeah, thank you so much for that raid. It's
Thanks for the
absolutely
huge raiders.
huge.
Welcome in.
Welcome,
Arne, I hope your
welcome.
tournament went really, really well.
Yeah, we had an absolute blast. Thank you, Raiders, for being here. We appreciate you. Yeah, we have a new Kinnan champion in HempAmage. And yeah, Arnie, thank you so much for that raid. It means the absolute world. But we're going to go ahead and carry the raid onward to Sunny Buzzkill. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out.
Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.
Absolutely.
Pizza time.